How's it going, everyone? So in this video, we will be doing a six-pack ab workout. Before I get started, please subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. I do appreciate the support. It helps my channel grow. Also, please follow me on Instagram, DylanBerg999. So the exercise that we're going to do today is one of my favorites. It's heel touches. We'll do 10 reps. We'll do 10 sets. We'll do 100 total repetitions. With that being said, let's get started. I'll give you guys a little bit of a tip when doing these. So again, all you're doing is you're touching your heels, but when doing these, you don't want to have your legs too close up because then it makes touching your heels extremely simple. So if you just go like this, pretty simple. You don't want to go like this either, or it's basically impossible to touch your heel. You want to be at about right here. So it's a little bit of a struggle, but it's still doable because again, the point here is to squeeze this area, really squeeze, and then yeah, that's 10 reps. Pretty not too bad. This exercise isn't too intense, so if you want to bump up the repetitions a little bit to do 20, that is perfectly fine. My stomach was feeling good. Again, it was hurting a little bit. Took a couple of Pepto, it's feeling a little bit better now. The thing is though, when the ab videos come up for me to do them, it's not really good for my stomach. So we'll see how my stomach feels after this workout because again, this is a six-pack ab workout. So groin still hurting too as well. So we will see. Again, I'm gonna wait about 2 weeks. Then if it's still sore, I'll probably go see the doctor. But I know what the doctor would say, stop working out, stop doing the YouTube videos for like 2 weeks, which screw that, I'm not doing that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Wait. Yeah, pretty decent. Was talking to some people on my Reddit forum today, and just talking about some different scenarios that could happen with the future for me. So a couple of scenarios are, first scenario is that, again, my job is done next February or next September, whenever. If we get the contract, again, I'm guaranteed work till next February, which is pretty comforting. I like that. If we get the contract, I can have work till next September. If I get the contract and I'm picked for a similar role, which is based on seniority, I'm pretty close, then I would have work for the next 5 years. So it would be a similar role, but easier. Like it can't get much, like it is a tough job what I'm doing, like pretty laborious, but at the same time, it's mind numbing. So I like it, it's very easy and the pay is really good. So I like it, and a similar role, the role is actually much easier. So same pay, probably a little bit higher pay actually, and same role. So that's scenario one. If that happens, I'm gonna take it. I'm still gonna work. I'm gonna allow my YouTube and my investments to become all my savings. And again, with the job, my expenses are so low that I'll have savings from my job too. So I'll be saving my job, YouTube, and my investments. So that would be sweet. I'd do that for 5 years, then I'd probably be able to retire. If that does not happen, let's say for some reason we don't get the contract, so then next February I'm done. At that point, I have another 2 scenarios that could happen. And again, the people on Reddit were kind of helping me decide. So the 2 other scenarios, actually I think there's 3 scenarios. So the first scenario is I work part-time, I'm semi-retired, and I do that until I can fully retire. So I'd work about 20 hours per week, maybe work 2 to 3 days a week, hopefully 2, and then I would have to do that for a longer period of time. So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2, I do full-time at a different job, and I do that for half the time that I would do part-time because I'd be making more money. So then I could retire quicker. Another scenario, and this is one that I probably will not do, and people were saying to do it, is to strictly retire right now and do YouTube. So allow YouTube and my investments to take over and then just keep doing that. The issue with that is if something ever happens to YouTube, I am hooped. So again, YouTube right now, it's
doing really well. Can't complain. But at the same time, I want YouTube and my investments to be all savings. I don't want to have to use the YouTube money for all my expenses and then I have less YouTube money for savings. So that's the third scenario is not going to happen unless in the next year I double my amount of views. So right now I'm getting 1.5 million views per month. If I could get 3 million views per month for 2 to 3 months, so it's kind of consistent, then I would just do YouTube. But for now, I'm not at that point, so I really can't make that decision right now. So I got 4 scenarios. I'm hoping the first one works out because having a job, in my opinion, is good because then I pay all my expenses with the job and plus I have a ton of money extra for savings. Then on top of that, I have another 2 income sources with my YouTube and my investments. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I've been pretty lucky in life where a lot of things have worked out well for me. So I'm not going to jinx it, but I think things might work out pretty well for me. And I have stopped searching online for jobs. The last 3 months I have been doing that, just see what jobs are out there. And all it does is makes me stressed and it makes me angry because a lot of the jobs I would not like to do. So I think in my 3 months of looking for jobs, I found a possible 4 jobs that I might be interested in. That's 3 months of looking. And on top of that, even if you had those 4 jobs, you got to get hired from one of those 4 jobs. So that's really not that much to look into, or it's not that easy to get hired. The thing that helps me for job applications and something I've gotten every single job that I've ever applied to, believe it or not, I've gotten every single job I've applied to, and generally most jobs I got hired on the spot. Like during the interview, they hired me right after the interview. So during the interview, they're like, yeah, you're hired. So what has helped me is my electrical ticket, my electrical certificate, showing that I went to college for 4 years. Employers really like that. And again, I can get basically any job. Not like I can't get like a business degree or I can't get like a supervisor job, obviously, but any job within about 20 to 25, even some $30 jobs, I can basically get pretty easily. So I'm trying to make this retirement thing work very early for me without having any school being done, because again, I have my electrical ticket, but I'm not using the schooling that I went for and I'm not doing electrical. So technically I'm getting jobs that require no schooling, and I'm trying to make this happen as quickly as possible. That being said, a lot of people aim to go to school after high school, which is pretty good in my opinion, but what I think is a good alternative is doing a trade. When you do a trade, you work for the first year. You don't go to school for the first year. So getting out of high school and working for the first year, that would be a good opportunity to make a ton of money. And then you get to go to school for two to 3 months. And the school is very cheap. It's not like 10 or 15 grand or 20 grand like it is in Canada to go to school for a year. It's literally like about a grand. And the good thing is, when you go to school, you get EI from the government. So they pay you to go to school. So that is dope. When you go to school for university, college, for not trade jobs, then you don't get that EI because you're just coming out of high school. You don't have a job. But because you have a job and you're going to school, with the trade route, you get paid to go to school. That is insane. Plus, a good thing is that generally when you first get out of high school, you're still living with your parents for a couple of years. That's what I did. Lived with my parents for about a year. You're saving everything. That whole paycheck, you're basically saving. So you're making a killing. Anyways, just thought I would talk about that a little bit. End of video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please like the video, share it.
please follow me on Instagram, Dylanberg999. Thank you very much.